If that the world doth in amaze remain, to hear in what a sad deploring mood the pelican powers from her breast her blood to bring to life her younglings back again, how should we wonder of that sovereign good, who from that serpent's sting, that had us slain, to save our lives, shed his life's purple flood, and turned in endless joy our endless pain? Ungrateful soul, that charmed with false delight, hast long, long wandered in sin's flowery path, and didst not think at all, or thought'st not right, on this thy pelican's great love and death. Here pause, and let, though earth it scorn, heaven see thee pour forth tears to him poured blood for thee. If when far in the east ye do behold forth from his crystal bed the sun to rise, with rosy robes and crown of flaming gold, if gazing on that empress of the skies, that takes so many forms, and those fair brands which blaze in heaven's high vault, night's watchful eyes, if seeing how the sea's tumultuous bands of bellowing billows have their course confined, how unsustained the earth still steadfast stands, poor mortal wights, ye e'er found in your mind a thought that some great king did sit above, who had such laws and rights to them assigned? A king who fixed the poles, made spheres to move, all wisdom, pureness, excellency, might, all goodness, greatness, justice, beauty, love. With fear and wonder hither turn your sight. See, see, alas, him now, not in that state thought could forecast him into reason's light. Now eyes with tears, now hearts with grief make great, bemoan this cruel death and dreary case, if ever plaints just woe could aggravate. From sin and hell to save us human race, see this great king nailed to an abject tree, an object of reproach and sad disgrace. O unheard pity, love in strange degree! He his own life doth give, his blood doth shed, poor wormling base, such worthiness to see. Poor wights, behold his visage pale as lead, his head bowed to his breast, locks sadly rent, like a cropped rose that languishing doth fade. Weak nature weep, astonished world lament. Lament, you winds, you heaven that all contains, and thou, my soul, let naught thy griefs relent. Those hands, those sacred hands which hold the reins of this great all, and kept from mutual wars the elements, bear rent for thee their veins. Those feet, which once must trade on golden stars, for thee with nails would be pierced through and torn. For thee heaven's king from heaven himself debars. This great heart-quaking dolor, wail and mourn. Ye that long since him saw by might of faith, ye now that are, and ye yet to be born, not to behold his great Creator's death, the sun from sinful eyes hath veiled his light, and faintly journeys up heaven's sapphire's path, and cutting from her brows her tresses bright, the moon doth keep her lord's sad obsequies, impearling with her tears this robe of night. All staggering and lazy lower the skies, the earth and elemental stages quake, the long since dead from bursted graves arise. And can things wanting sense yet sorrow take, and bear a part with him who all them wrought? And man, though born with cries, shall pity lack? Think what had been your state, had he not brought to these sharp pangs himself, and prized so high your souls, that with his life them life he bought. What woes do you attend? Is still ye lie plunged in your wonted odours? Wretched brood, shall for your sake again God ever die? O leave deluding shows, embrace true good. He on you calls, forgo sin's shameful trade, with the prayers now seek heaven, and not with blood. Let not the lambs more from their dames be had, nor altars blush for sin. Live everything that long time longed for sacrifices made. All that is from you crave by this great King is to believe. A pure heart incenses. What gift, alas, can we him meaner bring? Haste sin's sick souls, this season do not miss. Now while remorseless time doth grant you space, and God invites you to your only bliss, he who you calls will not deny you grace, but low deep bury faults, so ye repent. His arms, lo, stretched are you to embrace, when days are done, and life's small spark is spent. So ye accept what freely here is given, like brood of angels deathless or content. Ye shall forever live with him in heaven. Soul, which to hell wast thrall, he for thine offence did suffer death, who could not die at all. O sovereign excellence, O life of all that lives, eternal bounty which each good thing gives, how could death mount so high? No wit this point can reach, faith only doth us teach. For us he died, at all who could not die. Life to give life, deprived is of life, and death displayed hath ensign against death. So violent the rigour was of death, that naught could daunt it but the life of life. No power had power to thrall life's powers to death, but willingly life down hath laid life. Love gave the wound which wrought this work of death, his bow and shafts were of the tree of life. Now quakes the author of eternal death, to find that they whom erst he wrest of life shall fill his room above the lips of death. Now all rejoice in death who hope for life. Dead Jesus lies, who death hath killed by death. No tomb his tomb is, but new source of life.